All right.
This must be the real-life version of the movie Rio. The father's encouragement is always the greatest strength for the children.
Here's an idea. Let's stop pretending we don't know where our food comes from and treating animals like commodities. We'd make a huge leap forward in fighting climate change and reducing the risk of emerging infectious diseases like COVID-19 if we did. Damien Mender, vegan.
With profound humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace. Etc.
Vegan, all the animal people would kneel secretly to pray for you.
Let's go play house. Let's go play house.
We now invite you to watch the next part of Supreme Master Ching Hai's message entitled The Story of摩訶迦葉, Vegan, Part 8 of 10, on Between Master and Disciples, given in English on July 14th, 2024.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, Vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. She has been invited to lecture on the Kuan Yin method of meditation throughout the world. We now invite you to view Walk the Way of Love, an introduction to Supreme Master Ching Hai.
We'll search high and low for a little love to bestow on all beings in all corners of existence. Supreme Master Ching Hai, Vegan.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, as she has affectionately become known, lives a message that walks the way of love. A renowned humanitarian, artist, and spiritual visionary, her love and assistance has extended beyond all cultural and racial boundaries to people around the world. The needy and homeless, institutions of medical research, war veterans, the disadvantaged, the physically and mentally handicapped, refugees and victims of natural disasters, etc. We witness countless reminders of the compassion, the trademark of this caring lady and the international foundation that has grown out of her loving example.
Whatever we can share, begin with share. And then we will feel a subtle change in ourselves. More love will be pouring into our consciousness, and we will be aware of something. And that is a beginning. We are here to learn to grow, as well as to learn to use our power, our limitless power of love and creativity, in order to make a better world wherever we happen to be incarnated. Don't worry, I pray for you, okay, honey?
Not only are human beings the blessed beneficiaries of her kindness, animal people from different species are also the recipients of her boundless benevolence.
You okay, boy? You okay? Yeah, come on, baby. Hey, look at you. Oh, quack, quack, quack. You happy? Quack, quack, quack. Hello,
You grow so big now, you. Bon appetito. I love you. Good appetite. This is one of the reasons why we should be vegan. Love for all beings, extending love.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, was born in Central Olac, or Vietnam. During her early years, she was often found helping hospital patients, the needy, as well as injured animal people in whichever way she could. As a young adult, she moved to Europe to study and continued there as a translator for the Red Cross. She soon discovered that pain and suffering exist in all corners of the globe, and her search for the remedy to this became the foremost goal in her life. She was happily married at the time to a German doctor, and although it was an extremely difficult decision for both of them, her husband agreed to a separation. She then embarked on what became a 2-year-plus journey in search for spiritual understanding. Finally, in the deepest reaches of the Himalayas in India, she found an enlightened master who imparted to her the Kuan Yin method, a meditation method on the inner heavenly light and sound. After a period of practice, she became fully enlightened. Soon after her return from the Himalayas, at the earnest request of those around her, Supreme Master Ching Hai shared the Kuan Yin method with others, encouraging them to look within to find their own greatness. Through the Kuan Yin method of meditation, they also attained greater fulfillment, happiness, and peace. Before long, invitations arrived from the United States, etc.,
I saw that I was everywhere and in every creature.
Europe,
To see God is very, very simple.
Asia,
All religions tell you be a good person here and find heaven while you can.
Australia,
We are the sons and daughters of God. We are ourselves, the Supreme Master.
Africa,
I will show you how to get direct teaching
and South America,
and keep the commandments and try to lead a more vegan life.
as well as from important organizations for Supreme Master Ching Hai to give lectures.
The peace and love that we most often talk about and seek, we have within ourselves. You must look inside and find your own treasure and find the real lasting happiness. The future is in our hands. So you make it beautiful or you make it worse. It's up to you.
Supreme Master Ching Hai has realized many spontaneous talents that she expresses through artistic paintings and creations, music and poetry, and aesthetic jewelry and clothing designs, expressing the inner and outer beauty. The income generated from her artistic creations has enabled Supreme Master Ching Hai to create an independent source of funding for humanitarian activities in support of her noble mission of assisting God's children in their times of need. Although she does not seek acknowledgement of any kind, Supreme Master Ching Hai has been given awards worldwide by government officials and private organizations on numerous occasions. They include the World Peace Award, the World Spiritual Leadership Award, the Award for Promotion of Human Rights, the World Citizen Humanitarian Award, the Award for Outstanding Public Service to Mankind, the 2006 Goosey Peace Prize, the Los Angeles Music Week Certificate of Commendation, and first place silver for the 27th Annual Telly Awards 2006. In addition, October 25th and February 22nd have been proclaimed as the Supreme Master Ching Hai Day in the United States.
She also brings love around the world where there is hate. She brings hope where there is despair. And she brings understanding where there is misunderstanding. She is the light of a great person, an angel of mercy for all of us.
Agradecer a la Suprema Maestra su liderazgo, agradecerle su optimismo, agradecerle ese don de gente que tiene que la hace tan única y tan especial.
Una impresión muy grata de ver un corazón tan noble, tan dispuesto a servir. Ella está sirviendo a todos los seres humanos, está sirviendo al planeta para salvarlo, para rescatarlo. Tiene un corazón noble, pero también un gran liderazgo. Sé que van a suceder las cosas que tienen que suceder.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is one of the truly dedicated people of this era, helping others find and create a beautiful vision of our future. Many great people in history have had a dream, and in her own words, so does Supreme Master Ching Hai.
I dream that all the world will become peaceful. I dream that everyone becomes the Buddha. I dream that all the killing will stop. I dream that all the children will walk in peace and harmony. I dream that all the nations shake hands with each other, protect each other, and help each other. I dream that our beautiful planet will not be destroyed. It takes billions, trillions of years to produce this planet, and it's so beautiful, so wonderful. I dream that it will continue, but in peace, beauty, and love.
cách ngàn dặm xa. Chàng ơi đã có cùng ta vòng tay một thuở thân ngà ấp yêu.
So he probably had Brahman disciples and Muslim disciples or any other old traditional religion, but they became Buddha's disciples. But as the Buddha was not like a dictator, he let any of his disciples continue to follow their religion. Just like in our initiation condition, I said that you continue to follow your religion and do whatever you do with the ritual of your religion. You don't have to change anything. And just like in our group, we have Muslim initiates, we have Buddhist initiates, we have Jain initiates. All are your brothers and sisters, or so-called my disciples. And maybe we have Baha'i faith initiates. We have also even Kaudai disciples who come into our fold. We have also maybe Hua Buddhist followers who came to us for initiation to have the transmission of the spiritual bloodline, yes, lineage. But they still continue to go to their church, to their temples, meeting maybe their elders, their monks and nuns, whoever they want to meet. And they still go to the temple, help the abbots, the monks or the priests, or some Christians continue to be Christians. And they still continue to go to their church and do whatever they like to do in the church. But they should meditate the designated hours, the 2.5 hours. We should give 1/10 of our time daily for our enlightenment purpose. We want to continue to walk upward. We just take baby steps and get enlightenment, immediate enlightenment, where you can see the inner light of heaven, the aura around the Buddha in your vision. You can hear the melodious word from God, the teaching of heaven directly. So that is your enlightenment. But it's not a complete enlightenment. It takes some more time. It depends on how much you have practiced in your former life already. Then you go further, you go faster, or you go slower, depends also on your diligence, your sincerity, your longing to go back home again, to be home with God again, or to be in the Buddha's land again. But for that, you need a teacher, because that real master, real teacher, doesn't just teach you by mouth only. As I told you, some people went and pay homage to the Buddha and just listen to the Buddha sermon once, and then they have attained some of the high saintly positions. Some a little lower, some a little higher. It's not because the Buddha was talking only, but because the Buddha transmitted to them his bloodline, spiritual bloodline, from his lineage that he has learned and has mastered himself. If Shakyamuni Buddha had many different religious backgrounds of disciples, and if one of the different religious background disciples had become completely enlightened, or the successor of Shakyamuni Buddha, maybe this person was not living with the Buddha and was not the monk of the Buddha, but he was somewhere else on the other side of the country, or even in another country. Then, according to his masters, the Buddha's order, he would either give initiation in his hometown or anywhere else and keep the appearance of his own religious background. So people come there to get enlightenment. I don't have to see a person from a different religious order like the Buddhas. So the new so-called disciples of this successor will not see a Buddhist monk, but may see a Brahman missioner or Christian priest, for example, like that. That doesn't mean that priest or that missioner does not have enlightenment lineage from the Buddha. It's just he looks different, because the enlightenment lineage is from inside, just like the blood in your veins. This is an invisible spiritual blood vein, so you will not see. So it doesn't matter if a master has the same religion as the founder or not, like that disciple of the Buddha from a different religious background. He will not look like a Buddhist monk. He doesn't look like one of the Buddha's monks. He might wear the Christian clothes of a priest, or he might just wear a Brahman kind of traditional dress, or he might just wear ordinary clothes, but he is enlightened and he is a successor. So this here is the problem with many people who want enlightenment so much, want to have a master, but they're always looking in their own religious system. Like a Buddhist would go look for a monk. A Christian would go look for a priest. And same with many other religions. It's like a river. It doesn't have to flow in the same direction all the time. Sometimes it goes underground and then comes up again in another location. And you might think that is a different river, but it is the continuation of the original river high above from some mountain somewhere. So if people have an open mind and they are really sincere in their heart, then they will meet the master. Do not look at the appearance of the master. Look into his soul. Look to his experience of the spiritual way. Look to see if he can bless you. Look to see if he can lead you home, give you enlightenment. Enlightenment means light, and light to light, you see? So if he could give you immediate enlightenment, just like the way we do with the Kuan Yin method, then you will see the Buddha's light, God's light, or whatever name you call it. And then you will know that that master is capable. Or he can help you to hear the inner heavenly melody, the inner sound, the sound of no sound. That is how you know that Master is truly, completely enlightened, or at least an official successor of the enlightened Master. In the Holy Bible, the disciples hear the sound of thunder where there was no thunder, the sound of a trumpet where there was no trumpet, the sound of many waters where there was no water, of river or ocean. They see light as bright as fire where there was just a fresh living bush. In the Buddhist Diamond Sutra, Buddha said, "Do not look for appearance or sound from the outer world, because one cannot see the Buddha there." The Kuan Yin method gives you immediate inner experiences of the inner world, of inner light without light, of inner sound without sound. These all from God's direct inner teaching, from Buddha's direct inner teaching. That's what you must know to be liberated in one lifetime, in this lifetime. Even in the Dharma ending time, in such a desperate, troublesome, and dangerous time as our time. When Milarepa went to seek enlightenment with Mappa, he couldn't wait much longer because Mappa, the master, kept testing him, making him do all kinds of work, labor, work, hard work, building one shed after another, one house after another. That's it, didn't teach him anything. And then beat him up also. And he had scars and was wounded and bleeding. And the wife of Maba, the master, felt very sorry for Milarepa. So she faked a letter as if the master, Maba, her husband, had written it and give it to Milarepa to go to find his appointed, designated disciple in some other place nearby, another village or another city, and give him that letter saying that the master wanted him to give initiation to this person, Milarepa. So that disciple did that, but Milarepa had no experience at all of the inner heavenly light and of the words of the Buddhas or God inside him. So that designated disciple who could give initiation had doubt. He suspected that maybe Mappa, the original master, did not give permission. So later, that's how they found out that it was true like that. It was just his wife who felt sorry for Milarepa and was touched by his sincere and humble longing for initiation. So she faked the letter. At the end, finally, Milarepa had the initiation, and at that time, he had inner experiences, just like the way you, the initiated people, do. Sometimes there are fake masters possessed by a demon, some high demon, and that demon can make you feel like this master is real. They just use some magic power, to temporarily lure you into thinking, oh, I feel something, so this must be a master. It's not like that. So the real master truly is also hard to find. And I hope he or she won't beat you up like Mappa did to Milarepa, and then just give you enlightenment immediately, the way I give it to my own disciples. So it depends on your luck, hey? Okay, but the criteria is that you have to see the light of heaven and hear the voice of heaven, the word of God, the teaching of the Buddha directly. That's the criteria.
Người ơi, ta thật không ngờ bây giờ tình đã xa mờ hối phai.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. To learn more about her compassionate life and teachings, please visit suprememastertv.com/master.
Vegan tested positive for all contagious good elements.
The most powerful daily prayer for any time and before meditation, which is the order from God, and Supreme Master Ching Hai shares with us by His blessed grace.
We humbly worship, praise, thank, obey, and love God Almighty, the Most High, the greatest, for world vegan, world peace, and our soul liberation. We thank, love, praise the only Son of God, who is the ultimate Master for our salvation. We follow the teaching of all the saints and sages. We thank, love, and praise them, who are the representatives of God for our spiritual elevation.
Kind-hearted viewers, we thank you for your company for today's episode entitled The Story of Mahakasyapa, Vegan, Part 8 of 10, on Between Master and Disciples. Coming up next is On Blessings, from Judaism, the Talmud, Part 2 of 2, on Words of Wisdom right after Noteworthy News. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more constructive programming.
Being vegan, having peace, doing good deeds, life is a feast.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/BMD.
ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਨੇਕ ਭਾਸ਼ਾਵਾਂ। ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇਖੋ suprememastertv.com/schedule ਅਤੇ suprememastertv.com/BMD.
Also, be sure to follow us on our socials: YouTube, Facebook, Getter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Nico, Pinterest, Reddit, Substack, Telegram, Threads, TikTok, Truth Social, Tumblr, VK and X, previously known as Twitter, in multiple languages by searching Supreme Master TV.